Joining us also is, of course, EBN Echo-based Network. Nick from EBN is here. Hey, Nick. Good to see you.
What's going on, fellas? What a sad day this is. The funeral
Nick looks
of
like
Star
a
Wars.
Secret Service agent with the earphones in there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what I was kind of going for.
Okay.
Did Coach go AWOL?
Competent, though.
Yeah.
How's Coach?
exactly.
He went silent.
Well, I have a eulogy. Coach filmed his, sent it to me. We're going to play it before the end.
Actually, Coach Torbened himself. So
What's that? Yeah,
Coach
yeah,
Torbened
of course,
himself.
Yeah.
I know Nick,
That's
you
the
gotta
new
go
YouTube
soon.
word is Torbened.
All right. Nerds, nerdettes, and dorks. We are here today to bid farewell to a galaxy far, far away. Yes, that's right. Star Wars. The saga that once brought us lightsabers, epic battles, and philosophical debates on whether to join the dark side for cookies. Star Wars, yes, the galaxy far, far away that captured our hearts and drained our wallets has finally succumbed to the dark side, thanks to Disney and the final insult known as the Acolyte. Star Wars was born in 1977, and like any newborn, it screamed its way into our lives with laser blasters and space battles. We were hooked. Who knew that a bunch of puppets, some questionable dialogue, and a golden droid with an anxiety disorder could bring so much joy? We had lightsabers, epic duels, and enough family drama to make a soap opera blush. But then Disney came along with promises of new adventures. They brought Star Wars for a whopping $4.05 billion, and we thought, wow, they must really care about this franchise. Little did we know, it was like giving the keys of the Millennium Falcon to Jar Jar Binks. You see, Star Wars didn't die a natural death. Oh, no. It was a slow, painful demise. You could say it was suffocated by its own kyber crystal-powered wokeness. So here we are, mourning the loss of a cultural phenomenon. Star Wars, you were once a shining star in our nerdy universe, but now you're like a Death Star that's been blown to bits. We will always remember the good times, the trench runs, the lightsaber battles, and the endless debates over who shot first. Remember the good old days when we had Han Solo, a rogue with a heart of gold who did shoot first? Now we have space conferences discussing droid rights and Ewok eco-friendly village policies. I mean, what's next? A Senate hearing on the ethical treatment of Wampa rats? The sequels arrived, and we all had that moment where we thought, this isn't the Star Wars I remember. It was like seeing your childhood pet replaced with a very enthusiastic but totally untrained puppy. Sure, it's cute, but it keeps peeing on the carpet and chewing your favorite shoes. We tried to love it, we really did, but deep down we knew something had gone terribly wrong. There was a time when we turned in to see epic space battles. Now we're subjected to intergalactic therapy sessions. Tell me, Kylo, how did it make you feel when you joined the dark side? Well, you see, I had unresolved issues with my father. Come on, man. Shut up, Kylo. No one cares about your daddy issues. Anyways, I digress. We watched in horror as they checked every box, filled every quota, and forgot one tiny detail to make it good. The Force was no longer with us. It had been replaced by focus groups and corporate agendas. The galaxy far, far away had become a politically correct wasteland. And then we got the new Acolyte show. That was the final nail in the carbonite coffin. They brought in characters so woke, even Yoda would say, too much it is. When your Jedi Council spends more time worrying about pronoun usage than fighting Sith Lords, you know it's time to pack it up. The Acolyte was the final straw. It was like watching your favorite Cantina band replaced by a group of tone-deaf Gungans. Disney, in their infinite wisdom, decided that Star Wars really needed was less story and more social commentary. Because nothing screams epic space saga like heavy-handed messages and characters with all the charisma of a malfunctioning droid. But more than that, the writing, acting, and directing felt more like a middle school film project that had more plot holes than a rock star's pants. So here we are, paying our respects, but let's be honest, Star Wars didn't just die, it was murdered. And as we lay this once great saga to rest, let's pour one out for the heroes who went down with it. Luke, Leia, Han, and even you, Jar Jar. You were annoying, but at least you weren't preachy. May the Force rest in peace. Amen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's great.
Gungan's life's a matter.
That was a good one.
Wow. It's we've really gotten everything's from like really funny, like eulogies to ones that are really heartfelt. I have one from Coach from EBN. So he did a eulogy and because he couldn't be here, and let's watch his eulogy. So this is Echo Base Network. Watch it, Coach and Nick, and Coach sent in his own eulogy, and he dressed up. It's pretty impressive. Here we go.
Buddy, this is Coach from Echo Base Network, and I am honored to be here with you today. Star Wars has made a profound impact on my life. From the moment I first saw it when I was 4 years old, I've had a passion, like you, for the franchise. Growing up with not only the movies, but the toys, the books, and the video games too. But we gather here today with heavy hearts to mourn the passing of a once unstoppable force. Born from the mind of George Lucas, Star Wars wasn't just a story, it was a universe. It was a flickering hope in a cynical age, a call to adventure for the young, a reminder of the timeless struggle between good and evil. We met farm boy Luke Skywalker, dreamt of wielding lightsabers with him, ran around our backyards with toy X-Wings pretending to be Luke. And we cheered as he faced down the tyrannical empire. We felt the wisdom of Obi-Wan Kenobi, the power of Darth Vader's rage, and the unwavering loyalty of Han Solo. But with all things, change came. Star Wars was acquired by a new power, a corporation fueled not by the Force, but first by profit and then agenda. The stories that flowed forth became muddled. The characters, one-dimensional echoes of their former selves. The Force, once a mysterious energy field, was reduced to a plot device, and now a witch's coven plaything. We saw the Skywalker saga, the heart and soul of Star Wars, twisted and cheapened. New heroes were thrust upon us, lacking the depth and struggle that make Luke, Leia, and Han so relatable. The lightsabers, once symbols of elegance and power, became toys in the hands of the inexperienced. We've seen levels of apathy from the fan base that were at one time inconceivable. It truly is a dark day, a dark moment, as we reflect on what Star Wars became. And that is why the abomination of Star Wars under the Walt Disney Company must never be called Star Wars. Star Wars, my friends, was the golden age, the age of George Lucas, the age of good versus evil, and good, old-fashioned storytelling. To conclude my eulogy, George Lucas once said, "There are a lot of negative influences out there. I wanted to create a positive influence, something that would say, hey, there's hope. George, you did it better than anyone else, and we will always be grateful. May the Force be with you, always."
That's beautiful.
Well said.
Did you see what Kathleen said? Even she liked it.
Yeah, yeah. Really?
Yes.